Namaste, welcome to Arthaniti. Today I am going to tell you a very interesting story in our history. I will be telling you about Suez Canal and its India connection. Suez Canal has been in news for the whole of last week because of a huge mighty ship which was stuck in the Suez. This ship called Ever Given was stuck in a very precarious slanting position, leaving no space for any other ship to pass through the canal. Because of this ship, there were around 370 vessels in the sense trading merchant ships, which were waiting to pass through the canal through both sides. Now, why Suez important? Suez is a north-south facing canal in Egypt. This canal provides the shortest sea route for trading vessels, for goods to be transported from countries in the Indian Ocean, countries like India, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, countries in the Indian Ocean, and the goods that they manufacture are exported through merchant ships which pass through this Suez Canal, which provides the shortest sea route to countries in Europe and North American region. If there was no Suez Canal, what would have happened? The countries would have to take a longer route through the South African peninsula, the Cape of Good Hope as we all know it, and it would have increased the travel time by almost 3 days. Why is every day important? Every day is important. Why? Because of the freight charges that freight charges that producers have to pay, the exporters have to pay for the number of days it takes for the goods to travel from one place to another. Now, because of this blockage, which was in place from last Tuesday, 23rd of March, there is going to be a delay in supply of raw material to North American, European countries as well as to countries in the Indian subcontinent. India, for example, if you take, imports items like steel, machine parts, which are used in assembly line. Yeah, these items are imported from European and North American countries, and on the export side, India exports cotton, textile, auto components to these North American regions. Now, because of this blockade, there is already a delay of around 7 to 8 days, which is going to increase the transport cost to the manufacturers, to the importers by around 15%, which is a huge rise. Coming to the India connection of Suez Canal. Suez Canal, way back in 1914, during the First World War, Egypt was under the protection of the British Empire. Now, this canal which passes through Egypt was going to be invaded by the German and the Turkish Ottoman army. Britishers knew about this plan, and they had put in place a mighty 70,000 men to protect the Suez. Now, because of this threat, obviously the transport which happened through this canal was stopped. Mysore, yeah, the kingdom of Mysore in Karnataka, which was governed by Maharaja Krishnaraja Wadiyar, at that time was the largest producer and exporter of sandalwood in the world. Largest producer and exporter of sandalwood. Now, sandalwood logs from Mysore used to be traded on, put on ships which passed through the Suez and reached European countries, mostly England. Because of this blockage during the First World War, around 5,000 tons of wood was lying in Mysore. Now, the Maharaja was very tensed, as if the wood was not shipped, it would have got rotten, and there would have been no use, no value to those wooden logs. But because of this blockage, he thought of using the wood indigenously. The Maharaja and his Diwan, Sir Vishveshwaraya, thought of manufacturing, thought of procuring sandalwood oil from these woods. The sandalwood oil was then used in making sandalwood soaps. All of us have heard the very famous Mysore sandal soap, right? This was how Mysore sandal soap came into being. Was it an easy task? It was not easy. At that time, all the soaps which were used in India were mostly imported from European and North American regions. Now, the soap that were imported were mainly made from animal fat or tallow. Now, we Indians were we are very sensitive about using animal products. Correct. So what was thought of was making a unique plant-based soap with the aroma of sandalwood. To make this soap, to understand the process of making this soap, a young chemist from Indian Institute of Science, Shri Shastri, who later became famous as Soap Shastri, was appointed by the Diwan Vishweshwaraya and the Maharaja. Mr. Shastri went to England, and it was not easy for him to learn the process of soap making. After 2 rigorous years of hard work, when he returned, a factory for making soaps was set up in Bangalore. The process of making soaps from pure sandalwood oil was standardized 2 years later in 1918. The soaps used to smell so beautiful that it became an instant hit all over the country. Large hoardings were put up across the country. The soaps were also sent to England and presented to Queen Victoria, and she liked it so much that she manufactured a whole lot of sandalwood soaps. The packaging of these soaps was also unique. Since the soaps were sold as a luxury item, they were packaged in floral boxes, wrapped in tissue papers, which would make the whole experience of buying the soap as a luxury, but it was available to general public. That was the uniqueness of this soap. So that situation which the Maharaja faced in 1916, of blockage in Suez Canal, which would have cost him a lot of money because of the 5,000 tons of sandalwood which was lying in Mysore. He turned that adversity into an opportunity. Correct. This is the way you should, rather we all should look at things. The corona cases are on a surge again. We are constantly under the fear of a second lockdown. People are saying that if the lockdown does happen, then what will happen of the businesses? How will they earn money? Where will they get their food from? It is going to be a huge problem. Correct? But what are all of us doing? We are just focusing on the problem inside. We should rather focus on the opportunity which comes hand in hand with every adversity. We should widen our scope, we should widen our view and look at the opportunity, and not only concentrate on the adversity, not only concentrate on the problem. Each adversity comes with an opportunity. Each cloud has a silver lining. We look at the cloud or we look at the silver lining, depends on us. How we come out of the problem, how we face a precarious situation, should be learned from such interesting anecdotes, from such incidences in the history, and how they help us guide our future. Let the corona cases rise, let there be a second lockdown. Can we come out of it? Can we face it in a way that is beneficial to us and to our work, to our means of earning money? Think. There is always a way out of all the problems. Right? आज एवढंच. Thank you.